Bonjour, film lovers! Did you know that you can subscribe to us on iTunes, Spotify, and Stitcher Radio? We also have a website, realnerdspodcast.com, where you can find cool articles and other ways to listen to the podcast. You can also follow us on social, Facebook at Real Nerds Podcast, and Twitter and Instagram at Real Nerds. You can also call us at 720-6nerds5. We will listen to it, we will play it, and we will probably commentate on it. Also, email us at realnerds@gmail.com. Anyway, enjoy the episode.
Camera, action!
Well, a real nerd knows who shot, and a real nerd can follow the plot, and a real nerd
Don't
can...
talk film! I'm sorry.
Take it outside.
Well, a real nerd knows who shot, and a real nerd can follow the plot, and a real nerd will give it all they got. Lights, camera, action! Real nerds.
Welcome to Real Nerds Podcast, officially the official podcast of all your movie needs. I am Ryan. With me is Brad.
Hey.
Every week we see a new movie and podcast our experience to the world. This week I did a dickhead move and changed the movie after we already decided what we were going to see. This week is Terrifier 2. Stay tuned because we will play the trailer. First we'll recommend the film or not, play the trailer, and then spoil the movie. We'll also talk about the big movie news of the week, and I'm going to do a new segment because it's my show and I can do whatever I want.
I guess that's true. Thanks for making us go through that. Thank you.
Yep. That's what I do. I like to keep people on edge. And, after
that's
11
manipulative.
Years, I know. After 11 years, I got to keep people on top, and you never know what I'm going to do. So just be prepared. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
I mean, if anybody else, got on Twitter more than once a month or Facebook or did any other social media stuff, then they could fuck with me too. But I'm the only one who does it. So
I did screw with you. I got my Army of Darkness steelbook and pretended I was you.
Yeah, I know. You got yours early, dude. Mine got delayed. I was pissed. like, where the fuck did this guy get it? And mine, so...
Well, you do live... God dang it. I just knocked over something else. Sorry.
You're right. No, I know I live up here, but I usually don't have issues. In fact, I usually get my stuff really early in the morning. But I don't know what happened with that one. And sometimes with Amazon, I don't get it right away.
It's like, this guy has every other edition of this. He's not going to care if it's good. A day late.
Yeah. But it was cool watching it because, when you see a movie as many times as I have, you see it in 4K and you see little details or, richer colors. It's really fun.
Do you think in like 5 or 6 years we'll be doing this all over again in 8K?
Maybe. But, I've always have the mind frame. I mean, how much better could it possibly look? And I kind of like what movie studios are doing now is they make it look, sharper resolution, more colors come out, but they're keeping the film quality of a lot of them. Remember early in the Blu-ray days where they digitally cleaned up them so much that it just looked too squeaky clean?
Yeah, really waxy.
Yeah, but now they've said, oh, it looks better when it, has some sort of grain and film look to it. So yeah, I appreciate it.
When they were doing that high frame rate push, they're like, this is the future. This is how people are going to watch movies. And, you watch The Hobbit and you're like, this is too real. This is daytime soap opera.
In fact, I only saw the first Hobbit in that high frame rate. I don't think I saw the other ones because I said,
I think they stopped after that first one. I don't think the other two had it at all. I haven't seen any movies have it since.
That's probably another reason why too. Because I was like, sure, it looks cool, but it was really distracting when people were walking. Like,
Yeah, it's like so you had motion smoothing left on your TV or something.
yeah. So it was just, but yeah. So I really appreciate what they're doing now, in that regard.
Isn't that interesting? Like how a more realistic frame rate is off-putting. I wonder if you showed like a baby 48 frames a second for like their entire life, like they would be okay with it. Whereas people who up
Yeah.
like us who grew up on 24 frames, and 29.97 are just like, ew.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I have, I don't know. I think it's because obviously it's ingrained in us the 24 frames.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I guess if everything came out at high frame rate, then maybe eventually you'd be, whatever. But
Because there are
I
people
don't
who
see,
don't even care about that motion smoothing TV effect at all. Like they're just
I
like,
leave
oh, that's
mine
different.
off.
Well, yeah, because you're cinephile and you have taste, but um, yeah, I've read online and been around some people who are like didn't notice. They're just like, yeah, it's just different, but it didn't wasn't worth me changing my settings to fix it. So
No, because, there's some films that, one that I really, sometimes my TV reverts back to its factory settings, which has the motion smoothing on it, and a couple other things that like affect it, so it gives it that soap opera look. You know what I mean?
mhm.
And I really noticed it was like a couple months ago. I was watching Attack of the Clones, and the motion smoothing made it so there was kind of like a blurry trail of the spaceships, and uh, yeah. And the only reason I know it's in that one because everything's shot on green screen on the last two prequel Star Wars that I didn't notice right away. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And but then I noticed when the ships were moving across the screen. It's weird.
But anyway,
Yeah. Anyways,
I'm
that's
sure the
our
listeners are,
that I know is really enthralling.
yeah. Please tell us more about technical specs of the movies you watch.
So Brad, this week I forced you to go see Terrifier 2.
Emphasis
Uh,
on forced.
do you recommend Terrifier 2?
This is hard because, as soon as the movie starts and it has that 80s film look, I'm like, yes, I'm gonna enjoy this.
Mm-hmm.
But then you're almost 2.5 hours in, you're just like, I was sitting in my chair just going like with my head in my hands, being like, just end already. Please end. I've had enough of this. Yeah, there's some cool stuff about it, and then there's a lot of just like gratuitous, unnecessary, extend the runtime, boring shit. Some cool gore stuff, but super excessive and some supernatural things that you're just like, okay, whatever. You couldn't save any of this for a third movie. Like, yeah, they really packed everything into this. So, yeah, I think if you just want gratuitous kills, this is a movie for you. If you're looking for something a little more cerebral, I'd say pass.
Yeah, this is a tough one because actually I really enjoyed it because I like the first one a lot. I love the story behind it, where this is completely crowdfunded. They did a GoFundMe page and they wanted to raise, I don't think like 1.5 or 2 million or something. And it did that in the first like 24 hours. So then the stretch goal was to make the centerpiece kill with that girl that he turns into kind of like a puppet. The writer director says, I have this really cool idea, but it's going to cost, it's something like, I think that scene cost $500,000 or something. And it ended up raising, I think, another 1.5 or $2 million. So he made it as long as it was and as excessive as it was because of the support he got from the fans, which I kind of respect him for. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, all power to him. Like, that's not an easy feat. So, yeah, there's clearly a fan base for this Art the Clown character, and the effects are cool. Like,
Yeah.
but it's just like as an experience, I just wanted it to end sooner than it
So yeah,
did.
no, I mean, I would, but there's always the caveat is I think you have to watch I mean, you don't have to watch the first one to see this one because it doesn't really tie that much to the first one. A little bit it does. But I think to enjoy it, you have to kind of know what you're getting into, if that makes sense. And so, yeah, I had fun with it. And here's the trailer for Terrifier 2.
So, did you figure out what you're dressing up as tomorrow?
He wants to dress up as a real guy who murdered 9 people last year.
Oh, you're not doing that?
It's just a costume.
You think that guy's still out there?
What's up with you and this clown all of a sudden? You're like obsessed.
They never found his body. What if he decides to come back here?
I wouldn't worry about it.
Wait a minute, aren't you that guy from the costume shop?
Sir, what are you doing?
It wasn't me.
He was covered in blood on his shirt and his hands when he got here.
I'm telling you, it was him, Allie. Right down to the little black dot on the tip of his nose.
You're really weird, you know that?
I believe him.
About what? Something really bad's gonna happen tonight.
No, I know when Jonathan's lying, okay? I could hear it in his voice. Something's wrong.
Look, we're gonna have fun. Stress-free environment.
Yep.
Speaking of surprises, kids, we have a very special guest with us today, all the way from Miles County. Please welcome Art the Clown.
At the end of the first Terrifier, Art the Clown shoots himself in the head, and that's the end of his reign of terror. And you saw the first Terrifier, right, Brad?
I did.
Yeah, so that one girl who survives, her face is all fucked up, and she goes on a talk show and she mutilates the host. And so there's a little bit of that in it. But I thought it was really interesting at the beginning because Art the Clown seemed like he was surprised that he was still alive, and he doesn't fully understand what's going on with him. And yeah, it's him coming back to life and killing people on Halloween. So there's a lot of fluff in it. I didn't understand, for a movie that's almost 2.5 hours long, they didn't explain like the father's connection to whatever happened. I don't know if it's because the father had a brain tumor and he could see stuff that other people couldn't see.
I was hoping that we were going to find out that their father was Art the Clown. Like he went insane and became Art the Clown.
See, yeah, that's what I thought too. Like there was more to it than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's why there's like a notebook of drawings that these kids find.
Yeah. And, I think I enjoyed it more than you did, but I think you're right in regards to it keeps going and going, and you think there's going to be some sort of resolution to this supernatural stuff, to the dad, but there's never really anything that's resolved.
Yeah, it's just more and more like, hey, this is a cool thing we can do. Let's do it. And so, like that whole final fight with the girl is just like, she puts the rebar through his skull, and you think that's the end of the movie. Cause it's such a definitive kill, but then he comes back and then he gets killed by something less than that.
Well, I guess his head chopped off.
Well, yeah, but I'm just like, well, what does that even mean at this point? Like, he got like the rebar through his face. He gets like stabbed multiple times. Like, I forgot a bunch of other things that happened to it, but like that final fight just feels like so long. And so, just when you think she's rising like a phoenix, she dies again, then comes back another time. It's just like, oh my God, just pick one.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. And, but I did love, it's funny that you and Excessive, because you love stuff like Father's Day. But I loved the scene where she was dreaming about that girl with the banjo singing the clown song. I thought it was like really creative. And I mean, really didn't serve a purpose for the story other than, hey, I have this cool idea of him attacking people on this kid show. But
It's
it's
a little
just,
Freddy Krueger inspired, like he's
yeah.
haunting her in his dreams or her
and
dreams,
and
and
I'm not sure the dude who plays Art the Clown, but he's really good. The way he
yeah,
moves and how he acts without saying a word. Um,
yeah, he's really expressive and generally creepy. But then like the mom and the son,
yeah.
like the mom just like she'll just drop. Not that I'm like offended by language, but it was really weird for her to like just drop F
Yeah.
bombs in her conversations.
Her character was really inconsistent, and I think that has a lot to do with, again, I like the director and writer, but it seems like um the bad thing about no one, this is completely crowdfunded, he can do whatever he wants, is no one's gonna tell him to, hey, maybe go over the script one more time and polish the character of the mom up a little bit. Because you're right, there'd be one moment where she's like, fuck you, you little bastard. And then the next scene, she's all loving and caring. Wait, what the
Yeah,
fuck is going on? Um, but I had a lot of fun. And I mean, if you're going to see this, do know that, I mean, it is pretty raunchy and there's lots of like extreme gore in it. Um,
yeah, like I like yeah, I like gore effects and everything, but man, there were just some scenes like when they're just brutal, like they're just mean.
oh
Um,
yeah.
like I'm just putting my head in like space into in the actresses enduring what's going on. Like the one girl was like being held down on the bed and like slashed and um, yeah. Um, and then yeah, the
I,
final girl just gets beat up so much and
oh yeah. When I was and my theater was packed. Was your theater packed?
yeah, it's about a third full.
Mine was packed. I could hear people gasping when he was doing that to that last girl, and then he started like pulling her heart out and stuff. There was audible gasps in my theater.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely did not skip on the gore effects. And then there was one weird thing that I thought was kind of creepy. Like I'm sure the final girl actress is probably like in her 20s or something. But
mhm.
in the movie, the story wise, she's a high school kid,
Yeah,
and she has like that shower scene with the side boob. I'm just like, uh, probably could have cut that.
yeah. She's 18. She's a senior. Doy.
Okay, makes it so much better.
Yeah. But yeah, I like I said, hats off to a guy who got the crowd funded him, and what I mean, I do appreciate that he put all that money on the screen, and he really truly made a film that the fans wanted to see. And I think I read that it made over $1 million this weekend.
Yeah, it was pretty
So,
popular.
so that's good.
Not bad for movies like not, you know, publicly marketed,
Yeah, not marketed and not rated and extremely gory, and yeah, it's fascinating. Super fascinating. And because the first time, Brad, we saw the first appearance of Art the Clown. Do you remember?
You guys did. I actually wasn't at that screening, but I was at the Telluride Horror Show that
Oh,
year.
you weren't
So
at that screening? I
I
thought
was
you
watching
were.
the booth.
Oh,
Yeah, I saw it on Netflix later. So
yeah, it's okay. But it's interesting the progression of Art the Clown,
yeah, I mean
because
he's coming up. He's going up there with all the greats.
yeah, because in All Hallows Eve, I think he's only in it maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever that segment where he's at the gas station.
Hmm.
Um, but I do know that the actor who plays him in the last two movies is not the same one. I don't believe.
Oh, I thought it was the same guy the whole time.
Yeah, I think they changed him, but I could be wrong. I don't remember. So yeah, if you want to see, I mean, I don't think I think it's only one weekend that it was available, but
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be streaming pretty quickly.
yeah, I think it's Shutter or well, Bloody Disgusting. It says Bloody Disgusting stream on Shutter. I don't know. Everything streams, but I mean, I know they're gonna make a Blu-ray of it because it's part of the stretch goals. So I'll be getting the Blu-ray and hopefully they'll have it. I mean, the Terrifier Blu-ray is really good, so hopefully the Terrifier 2 one is as well. Cool. This is the one big story of the week. Wahoo!
It's real news.
So people are really up in arms about Mario's voice. And I don't understand. My argument always being is you can't, I don't think you can have an hour 30 hour 40 long minute movie with someone going, "It's a me, a Mario, a Luigi, why don't you come over here and jump on the mushroom?" I don't think you can do a movie that long. Do you? I don't know.
Hey, you're the one who wanted the purest Super Mario Brothers movie, so they definitely dropped the ball there.
Yeah, but you can't. I mean, even in the games, he doesn't talk the whole time.
Yeah.
When they do,
I'm just saying, if they made an accurate movie, he would not talk the whole time.
You're right. I mean, in the Mario and Luigi games, it's always mumbling. He goes, but I don't know. I'm cool with it, and I think Jack Black as Bowser is cool. I think the animation looks incredible.
Yeah,
So,
looks great for sure. Yeah. I'm trying to think of like another movie where like the main character is silent and the other characters talk around him.
Yeah, would it
maybe Wall-E?
I have this feeling that if this is successful, I mean, the next one you would obviously adapt is Zelda, right?
Sure, yeah.
So,
I mean, that's been
Link
on the board for
never
years.
Talks.
But they'll make him talk though.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Are people going to get mad because he's going to have a voice? I mean, when I hear it, it sounds like Chris Pratt doing like a New York accent, and that's no different than what Bob Hoskins did in
you're talking to
92.
a guy who's fine with that movie, so I'm like, it doesn't bother me. Change it all you want.
I know. Isn't it weird though? Like people are seriously pissed about it, and it's really bizarre.
It's not surprising. Like, look how purist everyone is about Star Wars these days, or how there's just a ton of stuff online about like Marvel shows and movies shouldn't be funny. You're just like, what?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Oh yeah. I mean, people are review bombing She-Hulk, which I think is actually a really fun show.
Yeah.
I think
you just want to hear techno babble the whole time. Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, and tonally, it's not like the other Marvel stuff, and that's okay. Like,
yes. So what?
It's okay that it's a sitcom. You know what I mean? And I think that's why their stuff on Disney Plus is it allows it to be different, where you're not constrained by a 2.5 hour long film where you have, So yeah, I disagree with the people review bombing She-Hulk too. I had a lot of fun. The last episode of She-Hulk was great with Daredevil. Yeah, just my opinion, and I'd always reserve the right to see it. I mean, I think Keegan Michael Key as Toad. I mean, I think he sounds fun. It's not the Mario Toad, and that's okay.
I mean, it's better than the cartoon Toad, right?
Yeah, where he's like, "Yo, Mario, what are we gonna do over here?" That one always cracked me up. It did not fit his character at all.
Like Toad's the New Yorker, yeah.
Yeah, I want a piece of pie over here. But yeah,
Yeah, Chris Pratt was the only one that I noticed like that sounded like Chris Pratt. Like, yeah, Jack Black. If you really look for it, you can hear him, but he sounded pretty close to the traditional Bowser. And then
yeah,
Keegan Michael Key. Like I wouldn't even known it was him without the cast list. So
yeah, and too, it's a teaser, so I'm guessing there's going to be like it's just a little bit of what's going on. And I mean, I think it looks fun. I can't wait.
Yeah, there'll be story trailer, I'm sure, in January or December. So
yeah, because too I mean, there's the deep cut is the penguin people, that Bowser overtakes.
I know. I'm just the whole time I'm thinking about how many times I dropped that penguin off the side of
oh god,
the cliff in Mario 64. Yeah,
because you try to slide down the side of the mountain and whoops,
it happens.
Yep. Well, I mean, the mom should be a little more careful with her little baby penguin.
Yeah, maybe they should have built a wall of ice on the ledge.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Or, put a little tether on the penguin, or I don't know. I mean, whatever keeps baby penguins together.
So that's it. That's the news story.
Yeah, that's my news story.
Cool.
As our podcast has evolved over the last year or so, I've introduced new segments. And this one, though, is for both of us because um, I don't know how many people know this. I mean, I post about it every day on our Twitter feed, but it's spooky season. And every year, you and I see a bunch of horror movies, and it's something you started. Man, how long ago did you start this?
Just like curating horror movies for October
For
for myself.
October. Yeah.
Probably mid 2000s.
Did you really?
Yeah, like kind of around working at Hollywood Video, I guess. Yeah.
So, because I steal everybody's idea, I decided last year that I was going to partake in this with you, and I had a lot of fun. And when I did it, I took there's a website called Random Movie Generator, and you can put, just random movie, or you can make it specific. So I just put in horror movie, and then it randomly generates a horror film for me. And that's how I watched them last year. This year, I decided to actually start early because in something we call spooky season, mid September ish, Halloween candy starts showing up in grocery stores, And so I was
And
like, you know what?
And you just need a reason to get ahead of me. So yeah,
Yeah, truly, that's the real reason. So this year I've made it a little different though. I am kind of just picking still random movies, but I have so many Scream Factory titles that I just look at the Scream Factory and no joke, I literally just close my eyes and I spin my finger, and when I stop, that's the one I watch. So a perfect example is last night I watched Psycho 4, which is a really underrated sequel. And it was made for Showtime when it came out in '92. And it's one of the last films that Anthony Perkins made before he passed away. So it's really cool. It kind of, sometimes when the story of the monster, the origin story, it takes away, but the Norman Bates story is really interesting. Have you ever seen it, Brad?
not the fourth one. Well, I haven't seen 2, 3, or 4.
So in this one, he calls into this radio show where they're talking about matricide, and he explains why he killed his mom, and it's a really bizarre film. It's directed by Mick Garris, who's a really cool horror director, and it deals with like incest and murder and jealousy. It's a really crazy film. And the way it's shot and the way it's presented, you don't know if Norman Bates is telling the truth or if he's embellishing, if that makes any sense. Because the scenes, the flashback scenes, almost feel like they're part of a dream or a hyper version of reality. So it's fun. And I've also I've did Ghost of a Chance, which is an old Dick Van Dyke episode, which was fun. I did a couple Treehouse of Horrors. I did some Buffy episodes. And today I watched Arsenic and Old Lace, which is kind of a black comedy about these two aunts who murder gentlemen callers who come to their house. So it's a little darker than it leads on to believe. So how are you doing in your Halloween challenge this year, Brad?
I think I'm like 5 behind you.
Oh, that's pretty good. Do you have any titles that have stuck out that you haven't seen, or are you just doing all repeat watches?
Oh no, I don't. Yeah, I subscribe to like one streaming service at a time. And
Yeah.
so right now I have Hulu, and so they've got like a Huluween going on. So
Oh, okay.
that's how I did like Fright Night and stuff, and
Gotcha.
Hollow Man. And then I guess they debuted Hellraiser, so I checked that out, the new Hellraiser. I'd never seen. Huh?
Is it a good one? I haven't had a chance to watch that yet.
Like I haven't seen any of the previous Hellraisers, and I was like, holy crap, there's a lot of them. How'd that happen?
Yeah.
Um,
Scott Derrickson's first movie is a Hellraiser movie.
yeah, so this one, it started out like, oh, okay, this seems like a traditional, um, you know, dumb young kids getting into trouble thing. But
Hmm.
by the end, I was kind of intrigued because it seems like there's two storylines going on at the same time, and they actually
Mm,
dovetail into each other at the end.
interesting.
Um, and then I was listening to the Unspooled podcast, and Amy Nicholson was talking about her interpretation of the Hellraiser movies, where Paul Schubert was like, "Yeah, these are dumb, like schlocky movies," and then she's analyzing the subtext of like how they're these, I guess, treatises on pain,
Mm.
and enduring pain. So yeah, by the end of the movie, I was kind of like, that was actually kind of cool. And there's some like extreme gore effects in that too. So like people's flesh being peeled off and um, yeah. So
The first one is a lot like that too. The practical effects in the first one are really awesome. Um, I mean, the story's silly, but
yeah, I'm sure it has
uh,
like that 80s cheese to it.
yeah, but I heard I heard the new ones a lot better than people are expected it to be.
Yeah, it's interesting. There was this hang up like, oh, the new Hellraiser, the Cenobite is a girl,
Hmm.
is an actress, and like I haven't seen the other ones, but it seems like the Cenobites have no personality whatsoever. So like, what would you expect her to do with that beyond just being like a vessel for?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, even Pinhead in it. I mean, he has kind of a personality, but um,
it seems
it's
pretty
really
dry, like
just
Spock or something.
yeah. He's do you like pain? Is pretty much his his range.
Yeah, they're not Freddy
Uh,
Krueger's like inventive and
yeah,
yeah, over the top and silly. Yeah. So yeah, they did that, and then uh, let's see. The late night movie at the Esquire was The Craft.
Hmm.
And I just needed to be at the Esquire, so I was like, okay, I'll watch The Craft. And it was
Yeah.
kind of fun up until like the last quarter of the movie when the girls turn on her. You're just like, it just feels like, where'd this come from? Like
Yeah.
they got so power hungry really fast. Um, so yeah, finale kind of blew it for me, but leading up to it wasn't great, but it was still kind of a fun buddy sort of comedy because they're having fun with it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in years, but I always remember it being an okay movie, like a fun one. Nothing that changes a lot, but it's fun.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna rush out to see it again, but when I was watching, I was like, okay, I can see the charm to this and why people like it. Um, yeah, that's about it. I saw a movie called As Above, So Below.
Uh, yeah, I didn't see that one, but is that the Catacombs one?
Yeah, the French Catacombs found footage one. It's kind of everything you expect it to be. So for a found footage movie, it's a lot of darkness, and then oh, there's something in the background. But there is one cool thing at the end where they've been walking deeper and deeper into this, the catacombs, going further and further into the earth, and then when they get out, they've basically inverted themselves. So when they have to climb
Hmm,
out of the sewer, they have to like flip the camera in themselves. So that was pretty cool.
nice.
And there's some creepy images, but yeah, overall, it's kind of like most found footage movies you've seen.
Yeah,
Like
where it
two of the
just
characters have
slowly
like their own.
builds and then
Yeah, there's like a
at
hidden
the end.
story between like two of the characters that unravels. Yeah, like a sub story.
Hmm.
So, yeah, that's I've kind of slowed down this past week, but I'm ready to, I'll probably just jump on like Friday the 13th and watch all of them and then catch up to you really quickly.
Yeah, do it.
Did you watch The Munsters?
No, I think it looks freaking horrible, so I'm kind of holding out on it.
Yeah, it looks pretty bad. Although when I was watching, I was like, I mean, this I can kind of see this being the like it does remind me of the TV show, like how like the humor and the silliness of it, but film quality, like it's very
Yeah, the film quality, and I think the lighting, it really drives me crazy in it. Like it
Yeah,
seems cheap.
it seems like walking through like 13th floor or something,
Yeah, I
on a
know
house.
Zach saw it. Maybe I'll ask him what he thought about it because
And then
I
the
don't
end
know.
is really bizarre. Like I was watching it, like, and then this dude shows up at the door with a check for something. I was half paying attention to it because it was so bad, and then it just ended. I was like, this was the finale. Like this dude just shows up and pays them back. Like, wow, okay,
I honestly I don't. I like I think two of Rob Zombie's films, and I don't think he's that great of a filmmaker, and I don't think his dialogue is that great. So I don't have a lot of faith in it.
yeah, definitely not like, hey, you guys should watch The Munsters. It's just like I did, and I was like, wow, it wasn't totally terrible, but it wasn't. I was like, I can't believe someone okayed this. Like the Munsters is a valued property, and just feels like I don't know who. Forget who owns it. Let me see here.
I think it's Universal.
Universal. I guess, yeah, I guess
Yeah,
it would be. They're just like, yeah, give it to Rob Zombie,
yeah. I don't know.
and then they didn't stop it. They watched the dailies and they're like, keep going, keep collecting those checks. You know, it's just amazing with like the Addams Family coming out and how well that did, and then they can make the
Yeah,
monsters work.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I wasn't impressed with the trailer. I mean, I'm sure at some point I'll see it. Um, I don't know. I don't know yet.
Do you have
But yeah.
more? Do you want to? I'm getting the 4 minute message.
No, actually, I mean, really, the only other thing I saw was I watched Werewolf by Night, which was really fun.
I watched that too.
Uh, yeah, so I thought that was a really kind of fun, like monster movie homage,
My only gripe
and a
is it
fun,
was 55 minutes.
yeah,
Like I was settling
and
into it, and I was like, it was over. I was like, oh, okay.
yeah. I mean, I think, and I think they realized I said, oh, people really like this because I know Man Thing has been trending a lot, because it's a cool character, um, and I mean, and it's pretty. I mean, it's black and white, so it's gory and it's not offensive, but it's a fun little thing. I had fun with it. I hope they continue to make shorts like that or mini movies or whatever you want to call them.
It feels like a Marvel one shot.
Yeah, like a big budgeted, like yeah, one shot. You're right.
I don't know if it's even big budgeted. It kind of all takes place in that tomb, and then I think the swamp outside, and that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I'd say is I think the creature of Man thing is pretty well made, and
Yeah, I
I'm
don't know
sure
if
that
he's
wasn't cheap.
fully CGI or if he's a mix of both. But yeah, it looked pretty
Yeah, I'm
good.
not sure. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. Everything else I've just been stuff I've seen and rewatched, and yeah,
So is that the segment for October? We're just going to talk about the horror movies.
yeah. It's just you and I, because I mean, but you can always add something else. Brad is fine too.
Well, I just I don't know if anyone wants to hear anything about Don't Worry, Darling or Amsterdam.
Oh, I mean, it's our show. We can do whatever we want.
Well, I'm not going to talk to you if you don't want, if you're not curious.
Well, I mean, I am. I just haven't had a chance to see him yet. So
No,
I do.
I can either wait and talk about them when you see them, or I can talk.
Yeah, because I think I have to work 7 days this week, but I'm going to try to. My wife, I think, is done with working this week, so I think when I get off work, I'm going to run down and see a movie every day.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, hopefully it'll work out, and I don't get stuck at work.
You know what I didn't talk about is the $5 deal that Alamo had going on and how much of a shit show it was.
Was it really?
Did you do it?
Uh, I did. I went and saw a movie on a Tuesday afternoon,
So you got the
but
ticket price, yeah.
so yeah, but it didn't really matter because I have a season pass. So, yeah, what happened? Because
Yeah, so
I don't forget what movie I saw, but mine was pretty painless.
Well, I did the food one. So Wednesdays I went to take advantage of the food because I was like, there's $20 stuff on this menu. I want to try it for $5.
Sure.
So week one, I go. I'm like, haha, I'm gonna enjoy the shit out of this. And I talked to the server and I said like, so, appetizers, burgers, pizzas are $5 today. And I'm guessing that if I order two of them, the cheapest one will be the $5 one, right? And she
Yeah.
goes, no, we'll credit the expensive one. I was like, oh, sweet. Well, then I'll get the Monster Veggie Burger and a side of queso and chips.
Yeah.
So I did that, and then she disappeared, and I got a new server halfway through the movie, and sure enough, my check came, and it was credited to the queso and chips. And I was like, well,
Oh,
I
shit.
can't exactly say like, well, the server before you told me.
There's no like,
just no corroborating evidence
Yeah.
that was the thing. So I had to eat that. And then I went back the next week and explained that situation. And they're like, oh, well, burgers aren't included in the deal. I was like, what? Pretty sure they were. They're like, no. We had a meeting with our manager and they said that burgers, it's just appetizers and pizza. I'm like, huh, okay, well, I guess I'll get a pizza then.
And you can only get one thing. You can't get like an appetizer $5 and a pizza for $5.
Yeah, it's one or the other.
Oh, that sucks.
So, yeah, I did the pizza. Yeah, I don't think I did the appetizer too, but yeah, so then I went back the third week and the guy came out right away with the burger thing. I was like, I swear burgers was part of the deal. And I looked it up and sure enough, burgers, pizzas, and appetizers is right on the website as part of the deal. But I wasn't gonna get into it. And then the fourth week, I accepted that they weren't gonna credit burgers, so I didn't bring it up again. But I did the pizza and the check came back and it still hadn't been credited. I was like, can't believe this is still happening. And luckily, like I just said, like, look, this is supposed to be $5. She's like, oh yeah, you're right. That's weird. That didn't get credited. But yeah, it was a 4-week deal, and every week I had an issue with it.
Crazy, yeah. I can't even remember. Maybe I think I saw Barbarian on like a Tuesday. That was the $5 thing. Because now I think about it, that movie was pretty full for 11 a.m. on a Tuesday.
Yeah, I didn't do the Tuesday stuff because we have the season pass, so
yeah. I mean, it made no difference to me.
It's always
I didn't
cheaper.
even remember until I was there, and it's saying the ad they had come on. So
yeah, they did raise it 10 cents, so that kind of sucks. But the season pass,
I did see that too. I think it's weird that you pay the $20 and they make you pay a convenience fee too. So you're actually paying like $30-$40 a month for it,
or however many times you go see movies. Yeah, extra. Yeah, that is weird. And it didn't used to be a problem when it first launched because you could just go to the front desk and just, not get the convenience fee to do it.
Yep.
So
but now they make you use the fucking app.
Yeah. And the thing that says about the app is you can't reserve seats, more than 7 days in advance. So if there's a special screening and I want to use the season pass, like I can't.
Yep.
If I want to risk not getting to see it.
I know. I still like your idea. I didn't do it, but I think next time I might, where for Friday the 13th Part 3, where we cancel just before the movie starts and then re-log in and buy our same seat.
I might do that for because they got the Knives Out screening in November, and I already bought that, at full price or whatever. So
yeah,
that's where I'm like, if it doesn't work, I won't be too butthurt about it.
Or if they see you do that, they suspend your account or something.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know why they have that limitation. Like, why can't I just, if I'm able to cancel, then rebuy them. Like, it just defeats the purpose. So.
Yeah, and I was one of the test people. I got randomly picked for the season pass before anybody else, and I didn't have to pay the convenience fee. And then the fucking pandemic happened, and they suspended my account because they weren't open. And then when they reactivated the season pass, I started getting the convenience fee.
Yeah. It's, it's only like 10, almost $2 extra, like every time you go see a movie. But I almost kind of wish they would just like, okay, just make the monthly fee $25 then. Like,
yeah. And it's weird too, because you'd think that because they're charging your card $1.80, how much do they charge for every time you use a card? I think it's like 80 cents to $1. So they only make like 80 more cents off of it because they only charge your card so minimum.
yeah, if they want to save money, let me use the front desk people again. Like, then you won't get charged credit card processing fees.
Yeah.
Or maybe they
But
will.
what do we
They'll
know?
use a credit card. I don't know.
We're just consumers.
And it's not the worst. It's still way cheaper than me going to see
it's
it.
way cheaper. Because I mean, I think now they're $14 a movie.
15.
So is it 15?
I think it depends on what time screening you're at. Because my Knives Out Glass Onion ticket was $15.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but that's also Westminster Theater, so they're also, I think, more expensive because they're new.
Yeah, I mean, the Alamo's still the best place to see a movie, and I mean, I understand why they do, the $5 things because they're trying to get more people in. And,
during a slow season, yeah,
and it's going to bring in a lot of people that don't normally go, and then it's going to bombard the kitchen, and it's going to have kinks, but
But yeah, I just wish it was a smoother promotion. Like, get your people on the same page with, like, your website with Same Burger. So,
because it seems like they rolled that out really fast. Even the like National Night Out at the Movies, where all movie theaters did for $3 tickets, it seemed like there was no promotion for it. It was just like, oh, this next Saturday it's $3 tickets.
Yeah, just snuck up on them. Although it feels like with the burger thing, like, part of me was suspicious that it was part of the deal, but the Sloan's Lake Alamo just didn't want to lose the money on that. So they just made that thing up.
Because ground beef, because I think their hamburgers are like half a pound. So that's kind of expensive. And you said you got a veggie burger, and for some reason, veggie burgers are more expensive than regular burgers. So
yeah, so it's like a $20 ticket that I was about to pay $5 for. So
yeah,
I think they just didn't want to do it. But anyway.
Yeah. But hey, we still love movies. In fact, we love movies so much that even when she's not here, because, she'll never see Terrifier 2, Corinne sent us her opinion on Werewolf by Night.
Nerds, Corinne here for another installment of Showtime, where I usually talk about something cool I've been watching lately. This time, though, I'm just going to share my thoughts on the new Marvel special event or special presentation, Werewolf by Night. I just finished watching it on Disney Plus, and gotta say, overall, I liked the first maybe 20 minutes where it was this very old Hollywood sort of feel, classic monster movie. And then it just kind of kept going. And the more it went on, I felt like it kind of shifted around. It didn't feel quite so old school. It felt way more modern. I was already a little skeptical when I saw the main gal's hairstyle and clothing, and I was like, okay, so what kind of era are we supposed to be in? Because everyone else is dressed as they could have been from a 30s or 40s monster movie, or a Marvel superhero. They're wearing just kind of very specialized clothing, something that could reasonably double as old school Hollywood or kind of Marvel superhero monster hunter sort of garb. But then the main lady comes in and she's wearing leather jacket, tight pants, boots, and her hair's down, and I'm like, so I'm guessing 70s or later is when this is all supposed to take place. Because for the most part they don't really have a ton of technology, and the stuff they do have is very retro. So I was like, oh, maybe this is supposed to be set in old Hollywood, hence why it has this kind of old Hollywood style, like this 30s and 40s sort of look to it. And no, by the end, they show off this whole group of like armed guards who have very modern like armor and guns and weapons and everything. So I'm like, oh, I guess this is just modern day, and a lot of the decor and the sets and everything are just throwbacks because this is such an old family, or, you know, kind of a little bit of like a Knives Out kind of a feel. It's like, it looks old school because the family is old and they collected a bunch of shit and they didn't bother updating anything. But yeah, there were some really cool like old school touches where like the intro and the outro both had that very, very classic Hollywood look to them. There were parts in the film where you could see like little splotches or little, like, I don't know what you call it, but like where it looks like it's film, right? It's not digital. It looks like it's film, with like little splotches and little dots and things like that. Zach would probably know the technical terms for it, but, I liked that. I liked, that kind of old classic look to it. And I wish the whole, I can't say film, the whole presentation had been like that. And instead of this kind of weird mix of things where, you know, there were very clearly times where it looked like very practical effects for some of the things they did. And then by the end, it's like, no, it's just another CGI fest, but this time it's in black and white. So, yeah, I wouldn't say I hated it, but I was a little disappointed because it started off so strong and I liked where it was going. And then they throw in this twist and I was like, okay, like, I guess that's something different. And then it kept going and I was like, well, I feel like all the tension's gone now because now I know how it ends. So, yeah, and then that's pretty much what happened. So, and there wasn't any kind of like real resolution to it either. It's just kind of like, oh, I don't want to go into spoilers too much, but this, you know, this big thing happens and then, you know, this character gets to take over this family empire or whatever, and these other characters are running off in the woods just hanging out. And I'm like, so does this change anything for this empire of monster hunters? Is this, you know, regime going to look very different going forward? Because that could kind of happen based on the events of the special presentation, but they don't, you know, there's no hints that that's what's going to happen. Ugh. I was just so frustrated because I'm like, it had such a good start. And then it just kind of kept going downhill. Ugh. I'm sure the other nerds loved it. I think I saw on Twitter that Ryan enjoyed it. Maybe I'm misremembering, but yeah. Kind of don't understand why this was made. It didn't really have any kind of connective tissue to the MCU. I thought that it might factor into some kind of a larger picture. Nope, not as far as I can tell. I guess they just wanted to introduce like monsters and monster hunters into the MCU, but I mean, didn't we already kind of have that at some point? I really, like, yeah, why does this exist? I just wanted to do something different and cool, which in and of itself isn't a bad thing. I like that it was different than most of the other MCU stuff, but there definitely were those kind of very, like, obvious, like, here, like, just so you, in case you forgot, this was an MCU product, because the whole first, like, 20 or 30 minutes are, like, really, really good. Here's, like, a very obvious reminder, and then it's just this, like, slapdash scene of, like, Marvel humor, and it's like, ugh, so awkward, and just, oh, no. Yeah, if I had to give it a rating, I guess I'd give it, like, a 3 out of 5, but it's a low 3. Maybe, nah, I can't give it 2.5, because it was a little bit better than that. And also, again, without going too much into spoilers, the whole kind of last act is centered on this character dynamic that I felt like we should have built up more of. If this had been a movie, which I feel like they were going to make it a movie, and then they just, I don't know if they chickened out or they were just like, yeah, we don't want to put in the time and money. We just need something for Disney Plus. So boom, here we go. But yeah, there should have been a little bit more between these two characters because of the way the climax goes. You feel like you need a little bit more personal investment between these two. Like, yeah. And then it's very cliche. Like, again, once you know what's happening, you know exactly where it's going. So, but I don't want to say too much more. So, yeah, I guess watch it if you want. It was, again, that first half was pretty good and kind of spooky a little bit. But then, yeah, once the second half happened, I was like, So, okay, this is a little trite and boring, but alright. So, can't really recommend it, but I can't not recommend it. Because, like I said, I liked aspects of it, but gosh dang it, Marvel, why do you gotta weigh down your own good shit with stupid crap? You have to have the Marvel baggage for all your shit. And it weighs down everything else. All the good stuff. Alright, rambled about this long enough, so watch it if you want, I don't care. Werewolf by Night on Disney Plus. So I'll talk to you guys next time with something. Take care, have fun, see you at the movies. Bye!
And surprise, surprise, she doesn't like it.
Yeah, that's, I don't know what to tell you.
I know. I don't even know what she likes anymore. She was sending me these messages all day, and of course, my favorite thing is to give her a hard time. She liked Lego Batman.
Oh,
but
that's a surprise.
Everything else, she's like, fuck this and fuck that. It's all fucking stupid because it's not English. And I know she was really bummed that Amsterdam was originally going to be our movie of the week.
Yeah, well, it might still be.
No.
We got some Dead Space coming up, and I
don't know, because see, I know you don't like doing film explosions, editing them, but if we don't do it soon, you're going to be editing two really close together.
No, I think first week in November is our
I thought we were going to do Weird our first week in November.
Yeah, that's right. Or is it the last? Because
maybe we could do the last week in October, because I think the only thing I want to see is Tar is coming out.
Yeah, because next week is Halloween Ends, right?
Yeah, and then Black Adam.
And then Tar, which
and then it'd be Weird.
I've actually got an invitation for an early screening of that next week.
Nice. Movie looks good.
But if we do Weird the first week of November, then we dovetail right into Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's see.
Glass Onion.
Is Glass Onion the week after that?
Is it the week after or is it the week? I don't remember.
It's hard because it's not listed as a theatrical release, so
yeah.
I know the Alamo's getting it that week, so if you guys manage to see it too, but also the Menu comes out that week. And then you got the Fablemans.
Yeah, actually, maybe we should do it the last week of October, because I'm looking at the release and Tar is only going to be in 4 theaters. And the only other movie is Pray for the Devil.
Yeah, let's do it then.
Because, I mean, I definitely want Weird to be our movie of the week.
Totally.
Because the following week, there's nothing else, is Armageddon Time with Anne Hathaway. I don't even know what the hell that is.
It's a drama with a vintage-looking poster. So, yeah, that'd be a good week to do Weird. And then, Black Panther.
Yeah, and then, the Menu. And then then the 23rd is Bones and All, Strange World, Devotion, whatever, I don't know, and the Fablemans, which would definitely be the film of the week.
Yeah. And then December 1st.
And then Violent Night, which I think is fun.
Yeah, that'll probably be our movie of the week then.
Yeah, then we have a week in between Avatar, so maybe we'll do like Strange World or something.
A holdover, yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
And then
So, yeah,
Avatar, I guess we're actually going to do.
Yeah, but I mean, we don't have really a choice.
Hmm.
You never know. It might be a good movie, Brad. You never know.
It's true. It's true.
And you'd be like, God, I can't believe I even doubted this movie because it's so great.
I've never seen the original, so it'd be really interesting for me to pick up in the sequel.
You still haven't seen the original?
No.
Weird.
It's
the highest grossing movie of all time, Brad.
I guess I could have watched it the last couple of weeks because the re-release, which I guess it's probably going to make $1 billion because those theaters are still pretty full for a re-release.
Yeah.
So it has some appeal that no one ever talks about, but it's there.
Yeah. So yeah, next week will be Halloween Ends.
Finally.
And I know. Fuck.
If that means anything for a franchise that has done the ending like 3 times now.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt it.
Yeah. 10 years from now, was it Universal? Roll out Mike Myers again. The trailer is weird that he's apparently been hiding in the sewers for 5 years, not killing anybody.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think there's something more to the story. Because they hinted at in the last one that there's something supernatural about him.
Yeah,
but
still super weird that a guy who has no problems just walking anywhere he wants and killing people instantly decides to take like a Batman
sabbatical,
Dark Knight Rises, 7 years off type deal.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure. I mean, they might explain it. They might not. I don't know. Cool. Thanks, Brad.
Yep.
Yeah. Talk to you soon. Bye. See you at the movies.
Knows who shot a real nerd can follow the plot and a real nerd will give it all they got. Lights, camera, action. Real nerds.
Thanks for listening to Real Nerds Podcast, a Nebulous Visions production. Stream or download episodes, read articles at realnerdspodcast.com. Stream us on Apple or Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, or iHeartRadio. Follow us on Facebook, Real Nerds Podcast, Twitter and Instagram @Real Nerds. Watch us on YouTube, Real Nerds Podcast. Email us at realnerds@gmail.com. Call us at 720-6nerds5. Thank you to Sparks Mandrill, Mike at Plan 9 Studios, and Bolognium for all of our groovy theme songs. And that's how you fucking do it!